Hey everyone, Fox here from Fox and Kit Woodworks and Fox Den Videos. Hey, I have been working out in this garage for now a couple of years in the shop, and the one thing that always happens every year is that during the winter time, especially those late fall, the winter, and then early spring months, it gets cold out here or it gets humid. And one of the hardest issues that I have to deal with working in a small shop like this, especially in your garage, or whether you're maybe even in a shed, is all that cold and humidity, because it just makes everything take longer to dry, whether it's lacquer, paint, glue, epoxy. Not to mention, for ourselves, it gets cold and it kind of gets uncomfortable being out here. So, today, I am bringing you the unboxing of the VEVOR 8 kilowatt diesel heater. Well, I might have done a live unboxing, but this is going to be the official one. Stay tuned to find out more. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the VEVOR 8 kilowatt diesel heater. Now, if you're on Instagram, Facebook, or really any social media, I'm sure you've seen this pop up. They have a couple different styles. In fact, they just released a new one that has wheels, and they're basically kind of a variation of the American-made diesel heaters that use kind of I think it's a single cylinder kind of combustion engine to heat up basically exhaust fans and exhaust vents and fins that then a air pump blows air over it so it gets hot and warms up. And they actually come in at a really nice price. I actually got this one on sale for, I think it was $115, but they do have a business account. So if you do have a business and all you need is a business email address, you put that in there, you can get some more bucks off. I got it down to about 103 or 105. So with the taxes, I was like at 110. Can't beat that for this space. Now, I have been watching a bunch of reviews on these, and what I have learned is that this 8 kilowatt diesel heater can warm up a garage that's relatively well insulated. Basically, in the video, what they said was, as long as it's not too drafty, you got some walls, you're good, which is most of our garages. We probably have 2 walls that are insulated, 2 walls that are uninsulated. Maybe you have some up top, but other than that, your gaps are around your garage door. They said it can warm it up into the 70s for a 400 square foot space. And when it comes to other items like sheds, even like maybe little small vans that you have that you're trying to warm up when you're camping at night, these things are supposed to run amazing. And also, they'll run through the night on only 1 gallon of diesel. So to give yourself heat for just a single night, overnight, 8 to 12 hours, depending on where you live, you're looking at as low as $3 up to $5. And that's pretty cheap for this kind of system. So let's go ahead and get to the unboxing. Now, I already pulled most of it out. I tried putting it back in the same way, but I could not figure that out. So in this big VEVOR box, there's going to be a smaller box. And inside of it, you're going to have a couple items. One, a heat shield. This is what goes around your exhaust pipe so you don't get any burns on anybody or start stuff on fire. Various clamps and bolts to be able to attach all the fins, all the hoses together. A filter for the air intake. A muffler for the exhaust. This is your mounting bracket for the exhaust to be able to go through like a piece of plywood or other types of, we'll call it sheds or whatnot. If you have to drill a hole through it, you're basically drilling a hole that's just under the size of these screws. That gives it space from the exhaust pipe that's coming out. And then this hole sits in there so that way you don't get anything burnt up. And then you have your 3-inch tubing, which is for your exhaust on your air, your exhaust pipe, and then a intake pipe, which was in here. So pretty well all put together. The one thing that I couldn't remember if it went in this box or not were these 2 guys. And what this is for is to actually have some ability to change where your exhaust is coming out of that exhaust pipe for your hot air. Basically, this slips on the other one side, this locks in, and it allows you to kind of roll it around and be able to adjust that air direction. Now, this diesel heater does run off of 12 volts. In fact, most of the ones I found online ran off of a 12-volt battery system, mainly meant for maybe your camping vans, or if you're going camping in a tent and have a car hookup battery or something like that, you could use this, or maybe one of the Jackery or similar batteries that you could actually hook it up that runs on a 12 volt or has a conversion to 12 volt. This one, though, comes with the 110/115 adapter, and it's basically just a separate power unit. So let me go ahead and pull this out. The nice thing about this unit is that it has handles on top, and it's a pretty small form factor. In the bottom of the box, can't remember if it was the top or the bottom, was the 110 adapter. And it isn't really an adapter, it's just a separate power unit that will go into the machine so that you can have electricity running to it to be able to start it up, get it running and firing, and then continually run after that. So there is a electrical portion to this that you're going to need, whether it's using the 12-volt battery or an outlet. Okay, so here's our VEVOR diesel heater. It is a 8 kilowatt, like I explained. It has a 1 gallon gas tank, so they claim that with this gas tank, depending on what temperature you're running it on, you'll get anywhere from 8 to 12 hours of continuous heat. Now, my unit doesn't have the upgraded Bluetooth unit to it, but it does have a remote control that is able to, let's see here if I can unhook it. There we go. That has your basic settings. It has a on-off, and then a plus or minus for the amount of heat you want out of it. We also have a LED screen on the front, right here, and this actually just clipped under it. If I can get it to do it again. Right there. This is your exhaust for the hot air that's going to be coming out. And if we flip it around, what we have here is our power coming in, our exhaust line. This is where our exhausting air, the hot air that's from the combustion with all the CO2 and stuff, is going to be coming out. And there is an inlet port, and I'll have to look at it a little more closer. Oh, it's on the bottom here. Inlet and exhaust right there. So it's on the bottom. This is just the cutout for it to be able to route out. And that's it. Size-wise, I don't have a tape measure on me, but it's about the size of like a medium-sized PC case. You know, it's not a full tower. It's a little thinner than a full tower, a little shorter, about the same depth. So very easy to fit in a garage or a shed of various sizes, or like a lot of people have used in the camping world in one of their camping vans, right? Okay, so that is the unboxing of the VEVOR 8 kilowatt diesel heater. I will be doing a follow-up video going over the installation and then review of how it works out here. We are going to be putting it through some pre-existing vent holes. We just have to get some pieces cut to be able to fill it in, so that way the exhaust fumes don't come back in. And we might even buy some additional hosing for it to route the exhaust a little bit different. So anyways, if you haven't already, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification button, and see us on the next one.